Welcome back, everybody, to the Two Burn Cinema Club podcast, episode 2 now. And as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, I hope, and you want to see our beautiful faces, we are in a studio, sort of, aka our garden shed. So yeah, I mean, it looks better than the last episode, I'd say, than the and it's a lot cooler.
You know,
yeah, miserable, sweaty Cardiff
Amazon climate of just.
Yeah, it did feel like Indiana Jones in the last episode, to be fair.
Make it authentic.
Anyway, Ewan, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Had a good week. Have you been to the cinema? Or I don't know.
No, I haven't. But there's one film that a lot of people have been to the cinema to see, isn't there?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get onto that later. Anyway, on this podcast, we'll be first covering the news. We might have quite a long section on the news, on the Minecraft movie. Yeah, and then we'll be covering 3 films that cover issues of class, issues of Saltburn, Parasite, and the Talented Mr Ripley. We'll be doing a deep dive into them. So my first question, though, Ewan, is everyone should have a talent. What's yours? Because my talent is yelling chicken jockey in a bathtub whilst having a nice steamed bowl of ramdom.
No.
Yeah.
You really thought about that, haven't you?
Yeah, that's...
You know earlier when you said, oh yeah, I've got something for the pod to start off with. Was that
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was encapsulating all the films and we'll be covering today, especially Minecraft. And I think it's a good place to start with Chicken Jockey, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen it,
which is
questionable.
gut-wrenching, to be honest.
I just don't know how I'm going to live on without seeing such a cinematic masterpiece.
That was one of the weirdest cinema experiences I've had in a long time.
Why is that?
I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the video. I mean, in my cinema, it's pretty tame. There was just a few people cheered. The big lines, the never, chicken jockey. Which you know what? It's no harm really. Is it?
Yeah, there's been a trend of sort of shouting lines from the trailer. Are they all lines from the trailer? Pretty much. In the cinema, people going crazy, throwing popcorn in the air.
Yeah.
Just limbs, basically, like someone scored at a football game. I saw one where a bloke brought a chicken in.
Yeah, I mean,
they yelled chicken jockey.
The big ones have been. There's been fights. I don't know if you saw that one. Someone threw some popcorn at someone, and then they were like, "What are you doing?" And they started scrapping.
I haven't seen that.
There was someone got escorted out by police for suplexing one of the cinema employees.
Where was that?
Yeah.
I presume these are in America, right?
I'll try and find the videos to put on the YouTube to go with it. Yeah, to be honest, most of this is America.
Yeah.
I think that's
I mean, yeah, they've started the trend.
And there was, of course, someone brought in the chicken.
Yeah.
Did you see the fireworks as well? Have you seen that? Oh
no.
God, that was mad. It's like, like these Argentine football game with like ultras, or like a Serbian game of football. It was like that. Honestly, it was crazy. But for all this wrongdoing, it's been quite successful.
It has, yeah. How was it the Warner Bros? One of Warner Bros'? It was. I think it
was the highest grossing
opening
weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how much they made in the opening weekend because we'll do something on that a bit later. But I think we should talk about the actual... I know you haven't watched it.
Yeah, I was going to ask first before we go into the financial success of this movie. What is the actual movie?
Context of the film.
Perhaps give a quick rundown of the plot, if that exists in this film.
So, are you gonna go watch it?
Probably, but I mean, I don't...
You're not bothered?
I'm not bothered about spoilers.
Okay, so it's like Steve. He's stuck in the 9 to 5 kind of, pretty much.
Is he a miner?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So he's like, there's like, he yearned for the mines when he's a kid. So he goes, there's like a scene where he's
I yearned for the mines. Yeah, I've seen that.
There's a scene where he's in the office. Not the office.
What, the office? That's
Steve Carell's there and all.
That's a crossover.
No, he's in an office and then he's like, I've had enough. So he goes to find a mine. He just starts mining. He finds this like crystal square thing and he puts it into this other crystal square thing. And somehow that transports him into like the Minecraft world. Then we get like some kind of cool like moments of different, like he just started building, finding villagers and all this kind of like standard.
So does Steve's the vibe I was getting like from the trailer at least that Steve was sort of been there a long time.
Well, yeah. So then
then these people came.
So yeah, he's been there a long time, and then so he finds he builds the Never, and then he goes in there and there's loads of zombie pigmen, and there's I can't remember what the baddie's name was.
The baddie.
Yeah, but yeah, and then they capture Steve, but because they've got this crystal square thing still, I'm trying to remember, this is gonna be just about right. They got this crystal square thing, so if she has this, she's gonna take over the overworld or something, which is like normal Minecrafting on the Nether. And yeah, I think that they go back. No, he gives this crystal to his dog, so then his dog takes him back to the normal world.
Yeah,
and then
so there's a lot of it set in the Nether.
No, so this is probably about the first 10 minutes. Then the next 20 minutes is just just normal life. It's like this new family have moved to a town. It's like this.
So a lot of it, some of it was. I did hear people saying that the good parts of it were in the Minecraft world that we don't really care about what was going on in the.
Yeah, for me there was far too much going on in the normal world.
Yeah,
that's why I thought I kind of just want to get.
All the clips are from obviously the Minecraft world.
I think they just struggle to maybe find a way to make them go into the Minecraft world because it doesn't really make sense.
I mean, personally, this completely going off what the movie did, but I think it should have been like an animation, and it just sort of been already set in the Minecraft world. And that's what I'd want from a Minecraft movie, not like this silly sort of.
It really didn't do it justice to the game.
No,
which was it was fun.
And again, it sounds like all the slapstick lines and like the way Jack Black is saying everything like it's really dramatic in that voice.
The issue is there's no for me there's no actual comedy in it. You got kids films, there's funny parts in it, but the only funny parts about it are it just taking the piss out of it.
There's the memes.
Like him saying chicken jockey.
Yeah. It's just the memes, isn't it?
My cinema actually erupted when he said chicken jockey. It's mad.
Was it a full cinema?
Yeah, it was full. But cinemas are full. I saw something. This year's cinema economy has been up 6% just because of the Minecraft movie.
I mean, I did see something that, well, if we look at the top 10 grossing films of 2024, seven of the 10 were animated kids films.
Yeah.
You had Sonic in there.
Inside Out 2.
Kung Fu Panda 4. In many ways, they're keeping Hollywood afloat. People taking kids to the movies. So in that sense, you can understand why they would target the movie it is targeted towards such a young audience. But obviously I feel again, like you say, surely they could have found a middle ground where they get a movie that can also be watched by adults or older people, because Minecraft was played by that generation of people. Obviously it's still popular now, but its peak was probably about 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of adults kind of just they watched that and they probably played Minecraft when they were a kid, but they're probably just past this kind of generation of brain rot.
Yeah.
Where they're just a lot of people are just what am I watching? This.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know if you've seen this, but pretty much Jason Momoa and Jack Black's character 69 at one point, while flying on a light truck. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Which is just what's going on? I don't. It's funny, but it's
funny. Yeah.
But it's
sounds funny at least, but again, yeah, I think clearly critically it's not good, but that does not matter. And I think the way it's going with the finances, you're possibly going to get a sequel there.
We're 1,000,000% getting a sequel
Yeah.
here. I can't see a world where we don't. 4 years, we get a sequel.
I also will say the success of Sonic, that there's trilogy now of Sonic films, financially anyway, the success of the Mario movie, which made over $1 billion, and now this is just going to see more video game movies and adaptations.
Have we got any others coming? I'm just trying to think soon. Have we got any other video game films coming?
I don't know, I mean, before we had sort of soft, Pixels was a soft launch
of
video games. Look at these games, and that was sort of Now we're getting full blown adaptation. Similar, Free Guy was similar. It was like this old video games, but not anything specific.
But then we had like the more complete just focus on video games.
Yeah.
There was Uncharted.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. That's true.
I think we're getting a God of War film.
Yeah. I don't know what was first. And what was the first thing? Probably Sonic, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's been video game movies before, but like,
there's been.
I think we're just gonna see more and more.
Animated wise.
I don't know is it in Death by Dawn by Day? Death by Dawn? I know that's getting a film. I think sometime.
Resident Evil, do you mean?
I think that's what one.
Yeah, Resident Evil already has films, I think.
But there's a new one. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I know that one's coming out. It's been like a horror game and that's coming out. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
So I think
they're just going to keep coming, aren't they? The Last of Us, again, that's done well critically, and it's seen. I haven't seen it. I've only watched it briefly, but apparently it's supposed to be a pretty good show. Yeah. And I've seen some critique about season 2, but by all accounts, season 1 was pretty good. So yeah, I mean, if they can do it well, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I'd like to see that made in a film, because the narrative of that game is so good.
You love Red Dead, don't you?
Especially that, like, this narrative of the second one it's the characters are so good, and it could easily be made into a TV show or movie. Yeah. But maybe it's already there as it is, like it's that good. But still, I'd love to see it like it's a movie or.
But these films do well.
Yeah.
Like we've seen, I mean, not all of them do, because I remember that Uncharted wasn't that good. I don't think it did that well either.
No, that was. But Uncharted is a less popular franchise than like Mario.
But it had like Mark Wahlberg and. Yeah. But I think these kids one definitely do well, because it kind of brings in your legacy viewers.
Yeah.
But then it also brings in this new generation.
Yeah,
and undoubtedly. I think like the Mario movie that did incredible. Do you think that's done better or worse than the Minecraft movie?
As we going on to this game then, high or low?
No, I didn't have that one included. Let's just say domestically, because I've got worldwide, because we're more than just America here.
Yeah. What was the question?
Sorry? So domestically, do you think Minecraft or the Mario movie did better?
I mean, Minecraft's still out, so.
No, this is just based off opening weekend.
Based off opening weekend. Oh, for opening weekend, I say probably Minecraft.
Yeah, it was.
But I think Mario.
It was close.
I think Mario might probably have done better overall.
Yeah, so I think it was 150 to like 110, I think, something like that. But yeah, so we're gonna play a bit of. I've got a few questions for you. Did this movie have a better opening weekend than the Minecraft
because
movie?
I mean, the main talking point about this film is how well it's done financially, isn't it? Rather than the actual content of it. Okay. People have enjoyed it, but yeah.
Okay, so let's go. What should we start with? I've got a few tricky ones in here, but let's challenge you. So, what do you think did better on opening weekend, the Minecraft movie or Toy Story 2?
I'm gonna go Minecraft movie. Yeah.
Yep.
What's the difference?
You know what? I was looking at this. Toy Story 2 did not have a good opening. It did well, but 110 million opening weekend, which in comparison is not,
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
What did Minecraft get, or are you not?
I'm not telling you until we.
But Toy Story 2 got what?
110. So that's.
And when you say this is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, first weekend it's out.
Yeah. So then we've got Inside Out 2.
I go Inside Out 2 there.
No, Minecraft movie did better.
Jesus.
295.
295?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just something to benchmark off. Top Gun Maverick or the Minecraft movie?
Oh, Minecraft movie, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Top Gun Maverick did well, 248.
Yeah.
Barbie or the Minecraft movie?
Now, this is an interesting one because of the whole Barbenheimer thing. That's probably the Minecraft movie has been what that was.
It's got. I mean, I haven't got Oppenheimer on here, but I think Barbie was bigger than Oppenheimer.
Oh, Barbie was bigger than Oppenheimer. Barbie did all the marketing, and Oppenheimer benefited off that. Yeah. Barbie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was.
But didn't I see that?
356.
Didn't I see that it surpassed Barbie in?
It's probably domestically though.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of I don't want to just do domestics. It's just.
You mean internet like?
So this is worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay, so
including the US. Yeah.
including US as well. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy or the Minecraft movie.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that's going to beat out Minecraft here?
Yeah, Barbie just did, mate.
Oh shit, yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy got 289.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Wicked again, that did really well, didn't it? Although I think, like, I wouldn't say people just went out and saw it in the same way straight away like they have with Minecraft.
I think that maybe built more traction.
Over time, yeah. I didn't realise how big of a movie it was until I was sat there.
Have you watched it? I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I still need to watch it, to be honest.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah. Wicked, 164.
Yeah.
We'll go for the last... I've got two more. But
I'm surprised. Going back, I'm surprised how well Top Gun Maverick did just off.
Yeah, I know. I thought this as well.
Weekend, 'cause I don't think people expected it to be as good as it was.
Yeah, maybe not. But
and then it still clearly
must have just spread quick. Yeah. This one's a bit of a throwback. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith.
Jesus. Star Wars.
No.
Really?
This made 303 million. Revenge of the Sith did.
Yeah, but
it's close.
Surely back then the tickets were cheaper.
Well,
and more people would have seen it. I don't know.
It's just this is just off sheer like.
So it's probably not adjusted for inflation.
Probably not, but
so yeah.
So maybe
it's harder to compare with those. I think.
And then final one, the Mario movie or the Minecraft movie.
Did we do that?
We did domestic.
Oh, okay. Overall, then you mean?
Yeah.
On the opening weekend, Minecraft.
No. So the Mario movie actually did better.
Okay.
So worldwide, Mario movie did better, which makes sense to be fair.
I'd say the reason for that is because Mario's a 40, 50-year-old franchise. Minecraft's a 15-year-old franchise.
I think that was also a big thing I saw people saying about the film, how people didn't think it would age well enough. Like people think maybe we should give this, we should give this another 5-10 years. But I think this was the right time. Probably,
yeah. I mean, your dad, your mom might know Minecraft, but your nan knows Mario. That's what I'd say in terms of its legacy.
That's a great way to explain it, to be honest. I can't fault that, really. I think we've probably done enough on the Minecraft movie now. I think we've kind of gone over it. This literally happened yesterday when we were filming this, so it's on the 15th today. The Harry Potter cast announcement.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Have you seen any?
I've seen it, yeah. So we've got the main talking points are the fact that an American is playing.
There's a lot of Americans.
Americans playing Dumbledore, right?
Yeah, I didn't mind that one. That was the one I thought was actually quite, because I've seen him in a few things. I know he's in How I Met Your Mother. That's what I've seen him in. But I've seen something else. But
John
I thought that was
Lithgow, is it or something?
John Lithgow.
Yeah. I mean, again. The question I'm asking is this: do we need it? Do we need another Harry Potter thing? Apparently, J.K. Rowling's involved, so
really,
I mean, yeah, apparently, producer on it or something. I just think we don't need it. Like, unless they're going to do something completely different, which I think they have to. Really,
from what I've seen, it's going to be very more focused on similar to the books, isn't it? They're trying to. This is going to be a like for like adaptation of the books,
right? Okay,
which.
Well, why is Snape black? Because if we're doing a like-to-like adaptation to the books, then surely the cast should be casted very similar to.
I mean,
again, I don't have a problem with race swapping characters necessarily.
I don't have a big problem with it really. I just think I don't hate it. I think it
depends what route you're going. The reason I said that they must be going for something really different is because if they're not, you said they're saying true to the books completely, then I thought they'd cast people who look like that, but I suppose it's not all about looks, is it? But
yeah. So he's been in Gangs of London and Black Mirror. That's what most people know him from.
Yeah, it's just hard to replace Alan Rickman as Snape. He's so iconic.
Yeah,
I saw people saying.
I was gonna say, do you have any
Adam Driver?
Kylo Ren. Yeah.
People say he looks like Snape, and that would be.
I mean, he's definitely got the look of it,
and I think he's definitely got the look, and he's got the sort of attitude as well. I think.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. I've got a few, I actually have got. But
again, this cast to me is I don't I'm waiting to see what happens. Like, I don't know. I'm waiting to see how
This is the one I like though. We got Nick Frost as Hagrid.
Yeah.
Which for me, it just seems perfect.
He's even got the voice, the same
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah.
Hasn't he? Like, he's from the same area where Hagrid sounds
I
from.
think that's quality. And to be honest, as soon as I saw that was announced, I was pretty sure he was going to be cast as him. Because I was like, who else? It's like another one that's How to Train a Dragon. I can't remember the character's name. But you know, like...
The dad?
No, not the dad. What's his name? He's playing the dad. The actor, Gerard Butler, voice actor. You know, they're like his sidekick almost. The older guy. He's got like no leg.
Who's cast as him?
It's Nick Frost.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, which another one I think is quite good. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking him. He definitely fits Hagrid. That works
big time.
Sure.
Which I thought that's what I did like. Then we got McGonagall, Janet McTeer.
Don't know her. Sorry.
She, the Menu.
Yeah. The one of the food critics.
Yeah. Her. That's the only thing I knew her from.
Yeah.
Professor Quill, Luke Fallon. Talon. I looked. He hasn't been in. I think he's more of a theatre guy.
Right. Okay.
From what I've seen, but I couldn't see many films he was in, but I might be wrong. Finch, Paul Whitehouse. I don't know this guy. So, and then we've got some.
Who's he playing?
Finch, the caretaker.
Finch, the caretaker.
Finch. And then
we are in trouble.
But all these characters seem like so irreplaceable. Even like him. I know it's such a small like.
It's because it's like 8 films of just like iconic characters, isn't it? So,
yeah.
And it's so ingrained in like British childhood, especially, or childhood of everywhere, I guess.
Yeah,
but like these characters are like hard to replace.
Culturally significant, isn't it? I just think it's so big. So I've got some. I'm going to show you some other characters and just think maybe someone you think could play them. So I'm going to go first of all Voldemort.
Well, I've seen a lot of people rumours saying Cillian Murphy.
See, that's what I've got written down. A lot of people have been saying this.
Yeah, that could work.
A lot of people saying for him for Doctor Doom as well. I know a lot of people saying that, but I think Voldemort.
He could definitely portray a creepy villain. He's got the face, and he's got.
Have we seen him play we had him as Scarecrow, but I feel like we maybe need him as a villain, as something
in like a big film, like a Bond villain.
Yeah,
a lot of people calling him for his Bond, but as a villain,
he's not a Bond. No way. No, I'm not having that. Sirius Black. Because Gary Oldman play.
God, my mind's gone blank of actors, but like, I suppose it depends what age you would be. Like,
a few that I saw were Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah,
which I wasn't fully. Dev Patel.
I like that.
Which I thought was decent.
Yeah,
I did.
Someone who's a bit scruffy, but also like charming.
You don't want someone who's like really. They can be handsome, but they need to make sure they look. I think Gary Oldman.
He has it perfect,
he was good.
Yeah. They need to be charming and stuff, but like, they need to have that like both sides.
Another one was, people were saying for Gary Oldman should play Dumbledore.
Yeah, but I suppose then you're
which I don't think.
With the,
but I think we will see like.
Do you think we'll see anyone who's been? In
I think we'll see like Rupert Grint as some, not like in a big role, but we'll see him in like a background or something.
Nah, I wouldn't like to see that. Like, why are we crossing over? Like,
but I think we'll have cameos. They'll be stupid.
Maybe.
Of course they will. Like,
I hope not. I just think it's just cheap, isn't it?
It's something like Daniel Radcliffe will play the dad of Harry Potter, or something like that. But he will. You know it's going to happen.
I don't like the sound of this Harry Potter thing. We don't know much details about it. It's a TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these few cast members, I think it's hard to discuss it more like without like seeing or knowing what direction they're going to go with it. But time will tell, I think.
Remus Lupin. Do you know which? Remember which?
Yeah, I know who that is.
I thought this one was quite good. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I can see that. Although maybe he doesn't look old enough.
But bear in mind, this will probably be like another 6 years down the line. So you got to think.
Well, I heard that it might be being filmed next year.
No, but like he's in the third one, so you got to think about it like that.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Another one was I felt James McAvoy. I don't know as what, but I feel like he should be in there somewhere.
You're right. Is this just going to have every British actor in? Or maybe...
I think we need British actors in it. I know, like, we can have Americans, of course, but...
we're saying that Dumbledore shouldn't be played by American because the whole point of Harry Potter is giving loads of British actors a chance.
Well, that was the thing with the original films we had. It was a full British cast, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Apart from, I mean, we had different directors. I think we had Chris Columbus, who's
I can't think of
American.
I can't think of a major actor in it who was not British.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
think that's enough on
on
that.
to another cast announcement. The Beatles.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
So
can you jog my memory on that as well? Because
the films. Well, it's going to be 4 films actually.
Mental, that is, by the way.
4 films. I'm not sure exactly if they're going to be released all in the same year or if like 4 years, but it's basically like a Beatles cinematic universe. BCU. It's just weird. Like anyway, it's directed by Sam Mendes, who directed. Did he direct a Bond film? He might have directed Skyfall, and he directed 1917. I know he directed that, but yeah, he's got pedigree.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be, I think, a film for each Beatle. The cast was announced. I think it was at CineCon. Is it CinemaCon?
Yeah, I think so.
In San Diego or Los Angeles. It's somewhere in California.
Yeah. Sam Mendes did Skyfall.
Skyfall, that was it. Yeah. Which is a good film, and so is 1917.
American Beauty, I've heard of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so we've got Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney. We've got Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr.
I like that one.
We've got Harris Dickinson as John Lennon and Joseph Quinn as George Harrison. So yeah, 4 very like big actors right now. I think everyone knows,
Paul Mescal,
especially Paul Mescal and Barry Keoghan. I'd say the 2 Irish.
We'll get onto him later, won't we?
Yeah, we'll get onto later when we talk about the Saltburn. Yeah, but what do you think of this? Like, what do you think of the casting to start with? A lot of people were not happy. It came out on April 1st, and people say, "Oh, April Fool's joke" and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, also, why on earth would you announce a film cast or anything on April
really
Fool's? Because you're just like waiting for the trolls of that comment, which is just going to fester online.
No, but they probably did it like, oh, this is an April Fool's, but then like when it was actually serious, like, oh god, people don't like this.
Yeah, but then people are going to comment, and like people are going to see that, or even if they don't have an opinion on it, think, oh, that's not good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because of what other people are saying, because what other people say affects what we think.
I don't hate it, but to be honest, I'm not a massive Beatles head, so I don't really know. You're probably more into them than me.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying that they like yassified the Beatles, saying that like
yassified.
Yeah, like saying they made them look like all like pretty, like they weren't that pretty as these guys look.
No.
But I think,
but they're not going. Paul Mescal is not going to look like how he looked in The Gladiator. Let's be honest.
Exactly. You're gonna make them look different. I think Barry Keoghan for Ringo is perfect casting.
Yeah,
they look quite similar.
Yeah, they do, and like. I feel like he was quite small, and he was quite like, I don't know, quite eccentric.
And
I feel like
again, Saltburn, he's done a Scouse accent before. You've got to think
true, yeah.
they're going to have to be doing a Liverpool accent.
It's not like Paul McCartney's accent isn't quite.
I mean, it is. It's
no,
just
but
a different.
it's like the older he's got, it's still Scouse, but it's like it's really changed.
Yeah, it's just living in America.
But like, what do you think we're going to see in these films? Because we're going to have 4. Are we going to see like?
I don't know. I mean, will it be like early?
Is it just going to be one based on each character, or are we going to have like a proper full 4-part series?
No, it's not a series. It's their films for sure.
No. I don't mean series like a 4-part film of like their whole like career.
Yeah, I mean, you think? Oh, sorry about that, guys. Coaster falling. Given the age of them, they're all around the same age, I think. So it's probably going to sort of cover one period of time, unless they're going to ageify them and like youngify them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all the actors in there are good actors. Harris Dickinson, I think, has recently been in Baby Girl, which I haven't seen, but has got like people have been giving him plaudits for that. Mm-hmm. And then Joseph Quinn was in Stranger Things, A Quiet Place,
Fantastic Four coming out.
So yeah, again, these are all big actors.
So he's going to be big, but like, he already is big.
And was in Gladiator as well. Gladiator 2.
God, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm happy to be getting a Beatles film because we haven't had a proper like There's the John Lennon film Nowhere Boy, which is about his childhood, which is a pretty good film.
The only other Beatles film is not very Beatlesy. Is it Yesterday?
Yeah, again,
It's quite
focuses on their music, but not them.
the.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited for this, but I think if you look online, this cast has been getting a lot of hate.
Do you know what company's making it or not?
No, not off the top of my head, no. But I think the cast is fine. I think it's been getting a lot of hate, but I'd like to see what happens. I mean, people are saying like Paul Mescal and Barry Keoghan, these same actors that are in everything, but
Yeah, I feel like, but this is the next generation of actors, though, isn't it?
and
This is
people were
just
also
normal.
making the point that maybe they should have done an open casting for Liverpool actors, because it is a hard accent to like replicate. But again, you need these big names sometimes. Does a Beatles movie on its own sell itself?
I think it does.
I think one Beatles movie does. I don't think four.
No, I think it might be a bit overkill.
I think four, you need the big actors. If they did
Yeah.
one, I think
you are right. If they did one, you could probably have
you
four.
could unknown actors and sell it as a
unknowns.
Beatles movie, but
Yeah.
not with four. I think
And
personally,
these actors are going to keep just getting bigger, aren't they?
personally, I think 4 films is a bit much, but only time will tell. It depends on the creative approach they go over. The
Look.
next thing on the agenda is the Universal Park, which again relating back to Harry Potter. We see that they have a big presence in the Universal Park in Orlando, but what's this news about Universal theme park?
England is actually getting something for once, which we do struggle with because we just kind of either have it somewhere else, but it just never normally get stuff like
Is
this.
this cinematic news? I
think it is. I mean, I think we're going to be,
theme park news. I guess.
I mean, I think it's quite big for you. I think this is going to bring a lot of money into it.
Yeah, so the
England.
proposed plan is to be in Bedford, which is about an hour and a half outside London.
We're not too far away from
But-
it, really.
Hour and a half from here, maybe. 2 hours from an hour and a half from London.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it's going to bring a lot of tourism to the UK and
I can't wait to go personally, but I'm a bit of a theme park head.
and potentially opening in 2031.
2031, but let's say 2032.
Yeah, but still a long way off. But I suppose our main discussion is what would you like to see, cinematic wise, film wise, at a Universal British
I've
park?
got the ones that are like probably gonna look like it's gonna happen. So we've got Paddington.
Yeah.
Very right, very British.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Mm.
I'm just trying to think. I don't think they really have that in other parks.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, which I feel like Universal. It's
Yeah.
one of the biggest kind of properties. Then the next two are a bit weird. So we've got
Mm.
James Bond and Lord of the Rings, which
Yeah.
aren't actually Universal owned.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
sure they could do
Amazon
some
owned,
deal.
so apparently they've bought the rights for the theme park rights
Yeah.
for these. Which Lord of the Rings
They have bought the theme park rights.
apparently, yeah, that's what's looking
Or
like
it's the
happening.
rumours, yeah.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, which is just great.
Yeah.
I'd love to step into Middle Earth. Imagine a little Hobbiton. That'd
Yeah,
be
that
great,
would
wouldn't
be
it?
good. That would get a lot of people in.
A lot
for
of
sure.
like, get me in. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
James Bond stunt show. A lot of people are saying, which
Yeah.
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got these. At most of these Universal parks, you get these kind of stunt shows.
Mm.
I think when we've been, I remember going to a few.
Yeah. Trying to think of iconic British films and franchises that would work. Like
Train Spotting.
Trainspotting. I don't think that. Yeah, a little corner where you could like do some drugs or something.
Heroin corner.
To be fair, no, in the UK, it's not far from Luton. It would
No.
probably be a good,
This is going to be great for Luton as well. I'd like to put that out
Luton
there.
Airport.
It's gonna be-
through-
it could be
through
thriving.
Universal Airport. Yeah.
But yeah,
Paddington works. So you're right.
I'm trying to think of anything.
I'm trying to think a lot. Like there's a lot of British ones, but they're all Disney.
Another one, Minions. But that's pretty
Minions,
standard.
yeah.
Isn't it? You're gonna get Minions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's for. I mean, they're quite big. All of them are quite big. I'm trying.
Lord
to
of the Rings, Paddington, and James Bond are the ones there that are like British,
Yeah.
especially, and they're probably gonna have the similar things that are at other parks. But yeah,
So what was the other one? But apparently no Harry Potter, which
no Harry Potter
does make
really?
sense. Yeah, because think about it. But
Mm,
if you go 40 minutes down the road, you've got Harry Potter World.
that's true. Imagine, I suppose, if they did Harry Potter there, that would probably like kill a lot of tourists.
It would kill the other parks, wouldn't it?
kill the tourism to Harry Potter World in a way.
Well,
I know that's different because it's a studio.
and you've got you've got in every universe. There's every Universal park. You've got Harry Potter stuff. So it's like, do we need? I know it almost seems criminal that it's not in the English park in a way, but it's like, do we need every part to have a Harry Potter thing?
Yeah, this
Probably
is true.
not.
They want to differentiate, I guess, but that is their biggest British export of cinema, isn't it? In the last, whatever, maybe last 30 years at least.
I was also this is a bit not off topic, but I was doing some research on just Universal, and apparently Steven Spielberg has a 2% ownership of all rights to every single, like, all rights to Florida,
Really?
Japan, and I think the Hollywood Universal Park. So he gets nearly, I think it's 50 million a year. And he doesn't have to do anything.
How has he managed that?
I don't know, because he
maybe.
was there in like the early 90s.
I mean, he has directed some of the big films.
Well,
like
that was the
Jurassic
thing.
Park and such.
Because apparently, like in Florida, there's like the ET ride, but apparently he just kept it there because he just
Jaws. There was a Jaws ride.
That's gone now, I think. Though. But yeah, so and apparently they tried to buy him out for $1 billion, but he's just not budging.
I think it's gonna. Well, when we look at like other Universal Park, I know there's like a Men in Black ride and stuff like this. It's going to be very much focused on these modern IPs, isn't it? Like, it will be Jurassic World, not Jurassic Park, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But it's all very cool, and it's quite exciting for me.
It happened to the UK.
Yeah. I think that's probably everything for the news, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been quite a busy week, really. Well, this is fair. It's been like 2 weeks, hasn't it, to be fair?
Yeah, so should we move on to our...
But we're going to move on to something. This was more your idea, wasn't it? Of what?
Yeah, so this week's podcast, for the rest of the podcast, we're going to do a deep dive into the discussion of class within cinema and take a look at 3 films that encapsulate the journeys of those who rise up the societal ladder. The Talented Mr Ripley, Saltburn and Parasite all follow the perspectives of individuals who rise to the upper echelons of society and the psychological consequences it creates. So yeah.
Did you write that down, or was it all on top
I
of your
wrote
head?
that down.
Oh god, just checking.
I think everyone knows I wrote that down.
Oh god.
But yeah, anyway, what did you think of? Well, should we? Overall, let's say first. Did you enjoy these films?
I enjoyed all of them. To be fair, thought they were all just very, not a bit different from Indiana Jones last week, but just all of them really gripping. Really,
thrillers in a way, sort of like.
Yeah, I mean, most of them involve death.
Oh, they all involve death for sure. But I mean,
they're just suspense films, really, aren't they?
And they all follow this sort of characters that are in not necessarily poor positions. Well, in Parasite, they definitely are in a poor position, but characters get a taste of this high life, a taste of the upper class, of rich society, of this popular lifestyle being, and they get gripped in, and it takes over their life, and it shows the consequences of that. I mean, I think for me, definitely Saltburn and Talented Mr Ripley are very similar in a way.
Mate, it's practically the same film. I promise.
Yeah. And Parasite's a bit different, but is on the same theme.
It's on the same theme, but I think we get a lot more. We've got a lot different story from that. I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess let's start with in the order perhaps they were made. Well, let's start with Talented Mr Ripley because that was the first one out of these.
Very good year for films. This was 1999. I think Matrix came out. I think First Lord of the Rings maybe. No, I just saw someone saying a lot of good films came out this year.
Yeah. Anyway, I think this film for me, I like the aesthetic of it, the whole like Italy.
Man, Jude Law, bloody hell.
Like, you okay there?
Gee, I was flushing.
Felt a bit like Tom Ripley, did you?
Big time.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, in Italy, like it's like a very good aesthetic, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
You think he's a prick, do you? No.
Point.
Anyway, so it follows Tom Ripley, who's sort of like a bartender or something in this like fancy house.
He did a bit of. Sorry.
In this fancy like dinner thing, he gets.
He was I thought he played piano, wasn't it?
He gets called in to do piano because I think it's a friend. That, and he takes his Princeton jacket, and that's where he sees the family of Dickie Greenleaf, and he gets chatting to him, and he recognises the Princeton shirt, and then he tells him to go to about his son, who also went to Princeton, or unlike Tom Ripley, went to Princeton, and he asked him to go get him back, to return him to New York to join the family business, and he'll pay him $1,000. Tom Ripley goes over there. He finds Jude Law, Dickie Greenleaf, and he sort of gets encapsulated with him. He's obsessed with him. He's obsessed with the lifestyle, but you can tell he's just a bit weird and out of place. Like it's hinted at more and more in the movie as the movie goes on. At the start, you're sort of on his side. You're like, oh, let him enjoy himself.
Seems just like a nice enough guy. He seems very innocent at the beginning, doesn't he? You know, He doesn't seem anything out of the ordinary.
No, but this and Saltburn both follow definite psychopaths for sure, and how that kind of unfolds. But yeah, I mean, and then eventually he kills Dickie in a scene of rage in a boat, and then not covers it up. What
does he do with the boat? Does he just let it?
Well, the boat just sinks,
doesn't it? Yeah.
And obviously Dickie goes missing, but because of things that are planted before, he assumes sort of Dickie's identity, and lives his life in the way that like he had been enjoying. Near the end, before Dickie's death, there'd been tension built up between the two. Like, he started to find him a bit weird. There's that bathtub scene where he's like,
what's with bathtub?
Exactly. Again, Saltburn copies the bathtub scene. He's like, can I get in the tub? And he's like, no. It's sort of like a homoerotic sort of thing.
Yeah.
Weird.
I wish I could get in the tub.
Right, steady on, mate. Yeah, and it's very interesting from a psychological and point of view. What did you think of the film?
I just thought, like, it put me on edge. It's when he's like has to lie to so many different people to like keep himself safe. It's like I can't remember. Is it Moran? Dickie's wife.
Marge.
It's like he has to like to her.
Yeah.
He's Tom Ripley.
Well, she's sort of the centerpiece because she obviously knew Dickie so well. They were getting married.
Yeah.
And she knew Tom Ripley. And and she's sort of in the middle and confused and heartbroken that he's dead but
in the end,
well, she doesn't know he's dead, does she?
No, but then she calls out Tom Ripley saying that you killed Dickie, but no one else did.
Yeah.
She was the only one who truly actually knew he murdered her.
But she couldn't prove it, could she?
No,
she had prove it.
Because everyone just assumed she was just like an emotional woman.
A crazy woman. Because there was no real true proof.
Yeah.
Even though it was very clear from her point of view because she had experienced everything. It's just a very smart film in terms of it all. There's no sort of plot holes there, is there really?
That's what I was impressed by. Like its ability to like work back on itself.
It's so multifaceted. So many things going on. Like even Meredith at the start is set up because he introduces himself as Dickie Greenleaf straight away, doesn't he? To her, the Kate Blanchett's character.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And then in the end, he finally does have that sort of. I think his infatuation with Jude Law's character was sort of just the lifestyle and he wanted that life, but then he finds like a true sort of love in that I can't remember his name, the British Peter, and he in the end has to kill him because Meredith would know otherwise to keep up this facade, and it just shows again the consequences of lying and this keeping up this two identity, this Jekyll and Hyde identities. And we see that he is human. As much of a psychopath he is, a lot of these things have been off the cuff in a way. He's just trying to keep this lifestyle alive, one thing to the other. And we see by the end of the scene, he is quite remorseful, but like he's just in this conflicted position. He said he takes it all back. He would take it all back, but now he's just gone too far into the situation. But yeah, it's a brilliant film. I really enjoyed it. But moving on to Saltburn.
This was the only one I've actually watched prior to this.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, this was like my first time watching, which is good in a way because I can kind of get a fresh perspective. And I do kind of remember when I first watched Saltburn because this was big at the time. Like, I don't know
a year
how.
ago now, is it? Come out?
It's probably about. This is probably doing this about like a year on from Saltburn.
I think it came out just over a year ago. I remember it came out in about January, December
Yeah, maybe.
time. So about a year and a bit ago now. And yeah, at the time this was big, wasn't it, on social media?
People loved the aesthetic of this film, didn't they?
Again, it's got an iconic aesthetic like
It's got
Talented Mr Ripley.
It's got the 4:3 ratio as well.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
It's not shot on like normal cinema.
And again, this follows Oliver.
Oliver, yeah. Housemate.
A sort of university student at Oxford we see is not that popular, and we see another student, Felix, played by Jacob Elordi, who is this popular student. And
Never fit bloke.
Okay. There's this popular student, and again we see this infatuation from one to another. Yeah, and then he turns out he goes with Jacob. Why am I calling him Jacob? Goes with Felix's.
You know I'm like that, don't you?
Goes with Felix over the summer to this big stately mansion. Stays with his family. He lies, doesn't he? He says he's got nowhere to go. His mom was sick or an alcoholic,
He says
wasn't it?
His dad's overdose or something
Yeah,
as well. That
and
was
his
another one.
mum's an alcoholic, and like, again, just lies and lies to get into the circle of Felix, because he's just infatuated with him and his lifestyle, his popularity. But yeah, I mean, again, without going too much into the whole plot of Saltburn, he ends up killing all these people.
Yeah.
And well, it's not revealed at the start. These people end up dying, and he ends up having the mansion and everything to himself. But it's revealed near the end that this was all planned from the start.
They were all accidents, as they say. You know, sometimes these accidents happen.
Yeah, but they were never accidents.
Never accidents.
They were planned by Oliver. He punctured the wheel in the bike, all from that, so that Felix would help him.
The only part I didn't understand, what happened to the dad? Did he get ill or something?
Yeah, I think he died.
Because I kind of lost track of what happened to him. I don't know if that's just me being...
No, I think he died, yeah. Because there's a thing in the coffee shop, I think it is, and they say that he passed away and stuff.
Oh, thanks to hear.
But yeah, it turned out... This is the thing for me. I think it's got a lot more potholes, and it's a bit... than Talented Mr Ripley, because it's a bit of a... Like, oh, of course he did it. Oh, he did that. Like, it's sort of at the end, and it's just sort of like covers up everything. Like, just one thing at the end. And whereas Talented Mr Ripley's a bit more smart with it as it goes along.
Like, I feel like he has to get around like police and stuff, where we don't really see any of that. Like, we don't see, like, surely they would have seen, like, for example, he poisoned the champagne. Why do we not see? Maybe the police find out that there's poison in the champagne.
Yeah, or like some kind of investigation.
Yeah, because it's in a way it's all far too easy for him.
Yeah, it's all planned. I mean, that's the major difference with Talented Mr Ripley. He's sort of, as I think a psychopath would, it was off the hook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made it up as he went along because he was just trying to keep himself in a good position. Whereas this felt all a bit too planned from the very start. Like, he's planning to get to this position.
Yeah.
Which is in a way is a psychopath trait, but like it's like.
But it's like
how
it doesn't show like how does he know? Because it's like he pops his tires, doesn't he, from the beginning?
Yeah.
How does he know that this bloke is like lives in this massive house? You're obviously gonna know this guy's rich.
Yeah.
But like, how does he? I don't know. It's just
all. Maybe at the start he was sort of just trying to get to be friends with him, because that's also the obsession. Also, the major difference, I'd say, it goes a step further with the gore and the sexuality than Talented Mr Ripley. We see, is it like the period scene where he's with his sister?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, that one's.
And there's the bathtub scene where he sort of ejaculates in the bath, in where Felix has been, and then obviously the graveyard scene where he sort of humps the ground of his dead, I want to say friend, but like hopeful lover. Like, it is weird, but that sort of brings some more, like, that's the one time we see emotion from him. Do you know what I mean?
He's crying while he's going to town on that grave.
Yeah,
Like,
but then he killed him, so like
it's
obviously that's a complex thing, but like I think in Saltburn compared to Talented Mr Ripley, it's very much let me get to this. It's a happy ending for Oliver, isn't it? It's a happy ending. At the end, we see him dancing around the manor, like
to murder on the dance floor.
his plan from the very start has worked out.
Yeah.
It's exactly. We leave the film in his position, in his good position, whereas Talented Mr Ripley, we leave the film with a conflicted Tom, don't we?
Yeah.
He's conflicted at the end. Like, this facade's almost gone too far. He's just had to keep doing it, and he's regretful, which is more human, I think, in a way. Whereas in Saltburn, it feels all a bit like, you could say he's just even more weird. He's just even more crazy. But to me, it's less believable.
Yeah.
The whole planning aspect of it.
That's when I was watching it yesterday. I was like, okay.
Especially after watching a film that's so similar in Talented Mr Ripley.
When I saw something so clean cut and just like you saw none of the issues of it, you saw a lot of issues with Saltburn.
Yeah, for sure. It's still a really good film. Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
I think like the aesthetic's really nice. Like the way it incorporates the music, 'cause it's sort of set in like 2006. Incorporates music, and the shots are really nice in it.
Yeah, I just like the 4:3 like ratio. It just makes it. I don't know. Just you don't see many films like that now.
Yeah,
So
and
it's just something nice, isn't it?
And this sort of like glorification of this rich culture and like the house. That isn't really good thought out film. Like it's definitely good. I'd say Saltburn's a good film, but Talented Mr Ripley's a more ironed out great film for me.
But this is it must have. I don't know the exact figures or anything.
Well, it was on Amazon, wasn't it?
Oh, true, yeah.
It was on Amazon.
But still, it was popular, wasn't it?
It was
Like
popular on social media. Yeah, I will say, in the role, Barry Keoghan's role is similar to Matt Damon's role as Tom Ripley. I think Barry Keoghan does a better job.
Yeah,
I think
maybe,
his acting.
Yeah,
I think in many ways that's what makes Saltburn, because his face, his acting, you see psychopath, you see struggle, you see desire for this rising class.
Matt Damon's maybe a bit too clean cut to put it off in a way.
I don't know. Sometimes he just doesn't. It doesn't hit for me in the same way that his. I think put Barry Keoghan in Talented Mr Ripley, it's even better. Like,
yeah,
not saying that Matt Damon did a bad job. I just think
Barry Keoghan was. He's so good in that film.
He's so good at playing a creep and so good at playing like someone's troubled. You can see it on his face, and yeah, I think he did a great job. I think that made the film what it was. But I still think as a film, Talented Mr Ripley's better, even though they focus on very similar things.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, interesting. The director Emerald Fennell was asked about it, and she said it didn't inspire her. Which is just to me, it's okay to admit when you've seen inspiration.
There's nothing wrong being inspired by so much like of media now has been took inspiration from something and improved it.
Yeah, I don't think Saltburn improves it, but it does things slightly differently in an interesting way, and it's like a good film. So there's no bad thing about admitting that it's a copy, because it is a copy. We've got infatuation of this one man, homoerotic sort of scenes, multiple murders to rise in class, in a lifestyle. There's so many similarities.
Even the characters at points, some of the characters are very similar.
Yeah, exactly. I think at one point you see you've got the bathtub scene again, similar. You can make similarities there. There's one point in Saltburn where he says, "Stop cleaning up my room." Remember that bit when he's in the hot room? He's like, "You're doing too much." It's a point where he's like his friend, but like he's almost acting as like his servant. Like he's too much, doing too much for him to be like on the same equal level as a friend.
Because that was kind of the first part we saw his kind of breaking point, because he goes out without him, doesn't he?
Yeah, what are you on about in Talented Mr Ripley?
No, in
Saltburn.
In Saltburn.
But the similar thing happens in Talented Mr Ripley. He's like, "Stop cleaning up," he shouts at him. Like, again, you can make so many similarities to me.
We got a good song in Talented Mr Ripley.
Oh, which one?
The Americano. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, but yeah, for me, like Talented Mr Ripley, 9 out of 10 film. Saltburn, 7, 8,
yeah.
And then let's move on to Parasite, which again, I think you can definitely make comparisons to the other two films in terms of we see a family in a class struggle, and they're they're in a poor situation. It's about their rise in society into a position where they're earning all got jobs and earning money for this one family, and then we see the fall of it. And I don't think they're necessarily unlike the characters in the other two films. There's no psychopath there. We see just family instinct and the instincts maybe of
Just
working class
and the desperation of
desperation of poverty. Yeah. In that way, I think it's different.
Because these aren't bad people.
No.
Like, you know, bad stuff happens, but it's like when we get the death. We get the death of like the old housemaid, for example.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't mean to kill her.
No.
That was just an accident.
But when they got in these positions where they knew it was jeopardising their situation, they knew.
Yeah.
They had to keep them locked down there for a sec. And like, I mean, it just shows as well, it's building through the whole film, the whole smell. These small poor people smell, they're beneath us. And it does critique the upper class in the same way as Saltburn and Talented Mr Ripley. It shows them as like, it shows this difference in class. And we see him smell it, keep reference to the fact the driver smells. And then he ultimately kills him, doesn't he? When he at the end. So I mean,
that was the only thing that does make him probably a bad person.
Yeah.
But they did like this is at the beginning. They're like pretty like they're desperate, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they don't mean to do any of this stuff. It just it all happens, and then
Yeah, I mean he kills him, but like you can almost understand it. That's how good of a job
in the
done.
moment.
Yeah.
You like the fact he's still holding his nose.
Yeah.
And it's just like oh, come on.
Yeah, and the fact that his family are dying around him, like, it does a brilliant way of making it realistic. And it is a realistic way, and they all sort of... It seems a pie in the sky, the fact that all this whole family would get the same jobs at the thing.
Yeah, it was a bit too good to be true at points.
But, like, also, that makes sense, like, the recommendation things from different people, the whole...
Because it's not...
It does make sense.
It's not like the same person was recommend...
Yeah.
That's why it works, because each person who joins this workforce... recommends the next person, so I think that's what gives it credit, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think it's psychologically dark, which I think Saltburn is a bit. It's romanticised in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
the whole upper class and everything, murder. It's all romanticised. Whereas the comparisons of Parasite and Talented Mr Ripley. It's definitely more...
We see more...
dark, human. I'd say it's more human and dark. It's gritty. That's the main differences for me.
And we see a lot of like this family of like where they're living and their situation as well. And even with like the old maid, how it's talk about how she's in debt and all this. I know this might me being a bit naive, but like I know like I've watched Squid Game.
Yeah.
And there's a lot about debt in that. I don't know if that's...
Korean thing.
Such a big thing in Korea. I know it's a big worldwide thing in like
maybe.
Most people are in debt, but I don't know if it's more extreme in Korea. I just don't know if that's just I've watched two films. And
touching on that though, this was like the first foreign film to win an Oscar. I think,
it was
2019. And do you think it deserved an Oscar?
I can see why.
It's very good, isn't it?
We watched it last night. I really enjoyed it. Like,
I'd recommend anyone who hadn't watched it to watch it. I think it's a great realistic study of the class again. What would you sort of give it out of 10 if we're comparing it to the other
I'd probably give that a 9. I like it.
9, yeah.
It just kept me gripped the whole time, to be honest. Like, I was convinced by it all.
You never really knew what was coming next.
I mean, like, I remember when you go into the bunker, I was like, oh God, what's going to happen now?
You knew something was going to happen, but you had no idea what was going to happen. It wasn't predictable. Like, there's many ways as it was going on. Like, it could go that way, it could go this way. Sometimes
in a film, when you maybe get to the last 30 minutes, you think, okay, I know what's going to happen. Like, we're either going to fight someone or we're going to have to sort this out. I had no idea where it was going.
Yeah. Could we have a Parasite 2? The fact that he's still stuck in that base. I think it's got a perfect ending in a way. Like, it sort of shows, again, he gets the consequences of what he's done in a sort of roundabout way. And, like, he's stuck there. He's stuck in the same position that maybe he already was. And it's like, you can't get out of this position.
It's just like, he just keeps digging, but he can't.
Yeah, but it's a great film. The house is creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't. I don't think it was that creepy. I mean, the bunker's creepy. I don't think the house is creepy. I thought the Saltburn house was more creepy than that.
Yeah,
to be fair,
that's true. I can get behind that. I think like it definitely did a good job at making like the two owners of the house, like the rich family, quite unlikable without making them like over the top.
No, but I don't.
Bad.
It doesn't make them like. I think
They're not bad. They're just a bit unlikable, aren't they?
I think at the start of the film that they come across a bit snobby, but not like really unlikable. But it's when like it's like after this, their house gets flooded, and we see like he has to go around the shop, she's like on the phone planning a party, or he's having to drag her shopping around.
Yeah, and it's like that's true. We got all those people whose house have been flooded in the gym. And then it cuts back to her like getting ready in the walk.
Yeah, it's just like,
and it just shows that difference in sight and like perhaps the negligence from the like these snobby rich people, and we just keep seeing that in the film and how it also just hammers down on the people below and the impact of that and why they did what they did to get in the position.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great film. I really enjoyed it as well.
Do you think we'll see any more English films from this director after Mickey 17?
Yeah, Mickey 17.
Is it Ming?
Boo Jung Ho.
Boo Jung Ho. I think that's right.
Yeah, Bo Jung Ho. I think. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. That's not fair to get his name wrong, but yeah, the director of Parasite.
With the naive English, so
yeah, I think Mickey 17 was good. Not as good as Parasite. It's different. Something new.
I like the whole like kind of concept of it. I thought it was funny, wacky, but like entertaining at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Parasite could get a sequel. I mean, it's set up that way.
Do you think?
I don't think it will. I don't think it should because not everything deserves a sequel. But yeah, I'd like to see more from him. He's done a few other English films. I think there's one with Chris Evans, like Snowpiercer or something like that. And maybe rank these films. How would you rank these 3 films that tackle?
I feel like Parasite's top because it's because
for you personally.
Just because it was just I'd say it'll be Parasite. Yeah, probably Parasite, and then I do like Saltburn. I like the whole like aesthetic of it, and like the way it's shot and everything.
It's just not as realistic,
but
it's got
there's there's just flaws in it. I don't like how we can get away with all this killing and there's no investigation so easily.
Yeah, and
there's nothing really stead to even cover the back of that.
Yeah. Also, it's just like psychologically, it's not as realistic. Like he almost has the only emotion or remorse he ever shows is sort of the grave humping, and it's weird.
There's parts of it that make you think, did they just like include stuff like this to like really just put this shock value into people rather than like actual any reasoning?
It definitely had that, and it was definitely more garnered towards this like TikTok.
Yeah, because I remember everyone was like, "Oh, POV, you've just watched Saltburn."
Yeah, had the shock thing, while being a good, interesting film as well.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I'd probably put Talented Mr Ripley first, just on a personal level. I think like Parasite. Those 2 are really good.
Did Talented Mr Ripley win any Oscars?
Don't think it did, no.
I just wondered.
I really like the aesthetic of the film as well.
I do like this. It's set in Italy as well.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's nice. And Jude Law, the aesthetic of that as well.
Americano. Anyway, from that note, we'll say ciao.
That's nice, that is, mate. Yeah, honestly.
Ciao.
Ciao.
The end of episode 2. And yeah, episode 3 will be coming out in a couple of weeks as well.
Any idea what we're doing? Or
got to keep the viewers interested, haven't we? Yeah, but I hope everyone enjoyed.
Should I suggest war again and see if you say yes? Because I said that last episode. So I'll just keep saying war films at the end of every episode until that happens. So let's say I think maybe war films, guys.
Keep saying war films, there will be a war. Or there'll be more films on new wars.
Yeah. So maybe war films next week.
Yeah, maybe war films, guys. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to suggest films
suggest war films
or topics to me and Ewan, yeah.
Even if it's just one film, like it doesn't have to be a series of films. If it's a film that's got enough legs, do it.
Yeah, I need to get myself down to the cinema and watch Minecraft movie. Yeah.
All right then. I think
thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. Chicken Jockey.
No, I can't. No.
Bye-bye.
Right.